While the faster lane may tempt us, it doesn't always lead to the destination we want. Stay in your own lane and create for you. What's going on? You're listening to episode 35 of the Perspective Podcast, and I'm your host, Scotty.D.Russell of Perspective Collective. This show is all about giving you an encouraging push each week to make time to pursue work that's important to you, as well as to get over those times where you're feeling invisible. I'm going to try and keep this one short this week, but the topic of this is about staying in your own lane and creating for you. And it stemmed from a conversation that I had back in December with a friend, Chuck Means, and my friend Ben Haggerty. And we were just hanging out at a coffee shop, just exchanging thoughts, exchanging ideas, and this topic of staying in your own lane came up. And it was a really inspiring thing, and it's kind of stuck in my mind, and it was one of the main points I covered in my talk last week at Crop Conference. I want to just keep building on it because I think it's important, and it resonates with me, and I hope it will hit home with, hopefully, you if you struggle with the same things. So let's just get into the show. Imagine you're on the highway taking things at your own pace. On the left, you notice one lane seems to be moving way faster. Obviously, this intrigues you because who doesn't want to get to their final destination quicker? As you merge into that left lane, other cars seem to notice the quickened pace as well. Soon, many cars swerve into that lane to get around all the slow pokes who are just cruising. It's chaotic following so many cars at this high speed, and the next thing you know, you miss your exit. Now you're on a new path competing with everyone else to get to someone else's desired destination quicker. Sometimes on your creative path, it's easy to swerve into someone else's lane. You see them blowing up quickly, so why can't you jump on the trend too? I admit I'm guilty of this, as I used to see someone else's success as maybe an opportunity to get in the fast lane for similar success. It got me to the point where I wasn't even creating for me like I had my entire life before social media. Back when I would draw UFOs and dragons and pizza in my private sketchbook, that was for my eyes only. When I stopped creating for me, I merged into someone else's lane and began creating for the masses because people seem to like that style that they produce, so maybe they would like it if I produced it as well. Sadly, it wasn't just me, as a lot of other people with the same idea swerved into that lane too, and it just created noise. Looking back on it now, it was a necessary learning curve. The experimentation of imitating and regurgitating other people's work was helping me find my own style, process, and voice. Today, I still get inspired by other people's work and experiment with my own twist at times, especially like in some of my recent Instagram posts. I'm giving credit to the people that inspired me. I'm just putting my own little flair on it. However, I'm not following the tire marks that they created. I'm not trying to create to please the masses. What I'm doing right now in my creative career as Perspective Collective is I'm staying in my own lane and I'm creating for me at my own pace. So staying in your own lane, what do I mean by this? Staying in your own lane means creating work that you think is dope and that you're enthusiastic about. It means injecting your DNA, heart, and soul into your work that no one else can replicate. Anyone can bite your style, but no one can duplicate these three things. It means not merging into someone else's lane because it seems like the faster path to your desired end goal. Everyone's path is different, and trailing someone else's tire marks won't get you the same results. By staying in your own lane over the years, you'll begin to develop your own voice and range of style. Don't be tempted by the fast lane. When I think of creatives who stay in their own lane, I think of those who have a diverse range of skills and have an overall unique aesthetic. Some talented artists who come to mind first are the talented Gemma O'Brien. My God, she is so talented. It's sickening. Her mural skills, her lettering, her illustrations, oh God, you have to check her work out. I'm going to link her up and everybody in the show notes. Brian Steely, of Steely Works. Tobias Saul is a lettering artist I've been following for the last couple years. And DKNG. So if you haven't heard of any of these people right now, I'm linking them up in the show notes at perspective-collective.com/35. While these people never create in one distinct repetitive style, like all they do is just one thing, I can still pick their work out of a sea of noise on social media. And this is what I think we should all strive to do. While the faster lane may tempt us, it doesn't always lead to the destination we want. Stay in your own lane and create for you. You'll find over time that you'll attract the right people around your work, your voice, and your style. And these are the people that will happily enjoy the ride with you. I told you, keeping it super short and punchy this coming up week. Just a lot of moving things going on in my life, and I need to make sure I have some downtime and have some time to hang out with Emily. She's put up with a lot of shit for me and a lot of hours I've been spending working and traveling and practicing and prepping. So in the month of May, I owe a lot to her. We got to go get some groceries and go get some bricks from Menards in a little bit. So knocking this out quickly. If you're finding value in the show this week, honestly, the best way that you can give back is just by sharing this episode on social media or sharing it with a friend who maybe you think it can pick them up and get them creating in the right way. Probably the best way is just by sharing it on Twitter or through Instagram or just word of mouth. And that's the biggest way that's helping this show grow right now, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. If you want to find me, you can find me at perspective-collective.com. I have plenty of resources there. That's where the blog, the podcast is. I have tips on drawings. I have all the tools and resources I use. You know, you can even sign up for the newsletter there too, so you can get weekly inspiration right to your mailbox. And you can find me over at Instagram at Perspective Podcast. I'll be sharing my weekly episode artwork there, and I'll be sharing your artwork if you've been inspired from the show. Finally, I need to give a huge thank you to Nick Jenkins of Blookah. He has an EP coming out soon, and I'll be plugging that pretty hard here, so you guys can check him out. But he's over at soundcloud.com/Blookah. That's BLOOKAH. And as always, I need to thank you so much for letting me your time out of your existence and lending me your ears. I want to continue to encourage you to keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and keep creating. You got this.